So listen, the report is out. The ethics report, we know what's in it about Matt Gaetz. It's bad. Statutory rape, criminal drug use, paying underage girls for sex. But Matt Gaetz was panicked and he tried to stop it. Matt Gaetz filed a lawsuit moments before we got word of what was in this report. Fox 8 reports Matt Gaetz filed a lawsuit against the House Ethics Committee in a last-minute attempt to block the panel from releasing its report on the Florida Republican. He filed the lawsuit as several outlets reported on leaked drafts, which CNN and CBS say found substantial evidence that he violated House rules or Florida state laws, which prohibit all the things I mentioned that he did: prostitution, statutory rape, illicit drug use, etc. Panel expected to publicly release the report as early as Monday. The lawsuit asks a judge to issue an emergency order. Gaetz is fundamentally making the argument that because reporting on the ethics report would be instantaneous, that it should be blocked because he says it contains false information. Here's the lawsuit. Matthew L. Gaetz II against the United States House of Representatives Committee on Ethics and Michael Guest as chairman of that committee. This is a panicked lawsuit. And for a guy who said he wasn't very worried, he posted to Twitter, listen, they're going to find that I had, maybe a wild 30s, but they're not going to find criminality. Well, that's exactly what they found. They're not going to find anything beyond just, I dated women and sometimes sent them cash and sometimes smoked. Well, no, it found far worse than that. It found not only crimes, but also violations of House ethics rules. And among other things, Gaetz' concern in this lawsuit is that there's no way to reverse it. There's no way to put the genie back in the bottle. And that's absolutely and completely correct. There is no way to do that because what the House Ethics Committee found, made up of Republicans and Democrats, mind you, is that he did completely and totally horrible things. So we talked yesterday about Gaetz talking, where is he going to land? Is he going to try to run for Marco Rubio's soon to be vacated Senate seat? Or what about trying to fight DeSanctimonious for being Florida governor or whatever? I don't really know that Florida Republicans are going to care about the statutory rape. It might just not be a big deal to them, but I don't know that Gaetz's political future is bolstered by this report. It may not hurt him dramatically just because of who Republicans are and have become, but I don't think that this is the sort of thing that helps him. And of course, recall that were it not for the public outcry, were it not for even Republican senators saying, this is a bridge too far, Bobby Kennedy Jr. to replace vaccines with raw milk, that we can get behind, but Gaetz is a bit too much. Were it not for those Republican senators, Trump and President Musk and whoever is making these decisions, they would have no problem whatsoever subjecting all of us to Chief Law Enforcement Officer, Attorney General Matt Gaetz, despite the reality that he's much more of a prolific committer of crime than prosecutor of crime and defender of victims. He has victims in his wake. He's got to clean up his own mess before he could be the top law enforcement officer. So not a good 48 hours for Matt Gaetz. We will see ultimately what the longer term consequences are of this. But it seems like the Grinch is stealing Gaetz's Christmas. And of course, by the Grinch, we mean Gaetz himself by his own doing. We're going to take a quick break and be back with much more right after this. You can't vapor smoke inside. You're tired of people seeing you put those little pouches in your lip. There is a nicotine alternative that people won't notice. Zippix nicotine toothpicks. Our sponsor Zippix makes the only nicotine toothpick on the planet that is FDA registered. You can use it anywhere: work, restaurants, airplanes, sporting events, after a meal. The toothpicks stay in a convenient little tube that goes in your pocket or on your keychain. It's way more convenient than carrying around a huge can of pouches all day or a whole bunch of gum or whatever the case may be. Zippix nicotine toothpicks come in flavors like peppermint watermelon, sweet wood, cinnamon, whiskey. If you're not a nicotine user, try out their B12 toothpicks with caffeine instead, a quick and easy alternative to coffee. Do your lungs a favor, cut the cigarette smoke, cut the vape juice. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com today. Save 10% with the code PACMAN10 at checkout. Just remember, you must be 21 or older to order. The link is down below.